So we're going to use a mirroring software so you guys can see exactly what's happening on our phones. We're going to demo it for you on this iPhone 6s running the latest iOS 11 software.
And a Google Pixel XL running the latest version of Android. However, the app will support as far back as iOS 9 and Android KitKat.
So here it is. I'll open it for you. There we go. Thank you. So the app opens right to your schedule so you can see it, and just as the old app, it's super easy. You can swipe left and right to go forward and back. And if you want to get back to it today, all it is just today, and you're there. There we go. In the interest of time, please hold applause for each feature, maybe at the end of the schedule tab. Okay, so let's say you want to add your schedule. You can go to edit, and so two things pop up. You have two options: to edit your entire schedule, which is edit all days, or you can edit just day 5. So the distinction between this is, like, let's say you have an advisor meeting on day 5, or as I've heard from freshmen, you have study halls on day 3 some days. You can just click edit day 5, and then just for day 5, you're going to have an advisor meeting or whatever study hall you have. But I'm going to click edit all days just to show you what it looks like. And so you can see it's very similar to the old app. All you have to do is put the name of your class, whether it means 4AB or BC, and then science. And then it's very similar. And then there we go. Just click done. It'll automatically update your schedule.
Alright, so on Android, it works pretty much the same way as the iOS version. You can swipe left or right to change which day you're looking at. And some users prefer the previous day and next day buttons, which have the same function. There's also the today button, and to add a schedule, you just press the pencil icon, and it works the same exact way. Another feature is the scroll bar, so you can actually skip days or weeks ahead if you're trying to plan for a specific date. And another thing is, if you long press any of the classes in your schedule, you can change what the name of that class is. So say on period 2, every day 5, you have an advisory meeting. You long click it, type in advisory, and oh wow, where it's going. And then you press enter, and it shows up. And it's going to stay that way until you change it again. And that's pretty much it for the schedule tab. And if you've been paying attention, you've noticed that there's a new looking icon in this app. And we'll get to that in a minute. But I just wanted to say, Henry and I had to meet a lot to get this thing working. We had different features to discuss, different problems we wanted to solve. So I had to know when he was free. If you've ever had to work with Henry Friedlander, you know he is so difficult to track down sometimes.
So why don't you share your schedule with me, Quad?
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
No, with the app, Quad.
That would make a bit more sense. What do I do?
Let me put my name in. Generate my QR code with my name. There he is. See if we can get light. Let's try it. Uh-oh. I get it out. There we go.
So it works better when you don't have stage lights on your phones? Just saying.
Thank you. So what that is it just added the friend. It added Fuad as my friend. And so if you want to go back to your friends, you'll see, I have a friend now. Thank you. And so you can see on day 5, it'll tell me when exactly Fuad's free. Fuad has frees period 4A and period 6. But this is where it gets cool. If you go back to your schedule tab, it'll automatically compare when we have frees together. So you see period 6, say, with Fuad Youssef. So there we go. I know I got free Fuad.
And for managing your friends, like say I ever get sick of Henry here, I can just tap his name and delete him.
Wow, Fuad, this is personal. Similar on Android or iOS, all you have to do is tap them, but you can change their name. So I'll change your name to what? There we go. If you go back to your schedule, you see now I have free.
That was rude. So the way that this works is every user will get their own personalized QR code based on their schedule and their name. So when you share your QR code with someone, you are giving them access to see when you have freeze together. And they'll be able to see it right on their app.
So it's all well and good that Fouad are 5 feet away from each other and we can scan each other's QR codes. But let's say you're at each other's houses and you want to share your schedule for tomorrow or something. We have a solution for you. You can go back to your add share screen, and then at the bottom you have this long string of letters and numbers, which is basically what your QR code corresponds to. And so you can just click copy, send it through your favorite messaging app or whatever, and then you go up here whenever you get your friend's thing, you paste it, then there we go, you can enter it. And then I added myself. And so now I'm friends with myself. And so if I want to delete it myself, I can click delete, or if I want to put myself above Fouad, I can put myself above Fouad. And so, yeah.
So another way that we envisioned this working was not just so you could see your friends freeze, but so that way you could see your teachers freeze. So everyone knows when you're trying to email your teacher like, hey, are you free period 2 tomorrow? And by the time they respond, it's already past period 2 that day. So this way teachers could actually like screenshot their QR code and put it on their teacher page.
Oh.
And that way, all the students would be able to tell exactly when they have free with that teacher. Yeah, so that's about it for the Friends tab. And now we're going to reintroduce a feature from the old app with some good improvements. So Henry right now is going to show you all how to enter your barcode into the app.
Sure, so I have a barcode in my pocket. Let me get that out. My student ID, excuse me. So let me see. What's the student ID? It's 20.
Now, Henry, I know that is not what we talked about.
Oh, I forgot. With this new app, you can scan your barcode. You don't have to accidentally type somebody else's barcode in and go to lunch hall and awkwardly say, oh, that's not me. You're charging somebody else. And so you can scan your barcode. Hopefully the scanning works with these stage lights. Let's see.
Move your thumb.
There we go.
And it works exactly the same way on Android. Yeah, so that about wraps up the barcode. So Henry's going to introduce another feature for you.
Yeah, we have a completely new feature. This app. It's called the Digital Planner. So what this is, it's a place where you can put in your homework assignments and when they're due and a little note about them. So I'm going to demo it for you. As you can see, I've put in a couple of homework assignments here already. See, I have a creative essay to do Thursday, October 5th, which is next Friday, and then I have a review sheet for organic chemistry due next Tuesday, and then for Latin I have some Plautus. But let's say I want to add something. All I have to do is click add, and you bring up this really nice screen. And so let's say I have something, let's say I have some more lines, or some more worksheets for organic chemistry. Let's say review sheet 1. And then for the sake of time, I won't put in any notes. But there we go. Then we put the due date. Let's see, that's October 2nd, or October 2nd, which is Monday. And then your classes automatically come up here, which is the ones you put into your schedule. And so let's go here. Let's go to organic chemistry. Done. And I added it.
So now our graphic designer Aiden Schilling is going to take some time to introduce the last tab on the app. Please.
Everybody, so this new tab is called the More tab. You're going to have access to SSA News, Daily Bulletin, Lunch Menu, Feedback, Teacher Pages, Campus Map, and then the About Us section. So if we go take a look at the news, if you click here, it'll bring you to Shady Side's website in-app, and you can view all of the current events happening around campus. Next up, we have the daily bulletin, so now we see what's happening today. Looks like girls soccer won with double digits. Next up, we have the lunch menu. So if you, of course, you'll be able to see the lunch on the daily bulletin, but if you wanted to plan ahead, you can take a look at the lunch menu and look at what lunch is 3 months from now. Next up is the feedback tab. So this will bring you to a Google Forms page where you can give us any feedback that you have on the app, any recommendations, anything you think should be changed. And of course, we have the teacher pages. If you click on here, they will open up in Safari. And then last but not least, we have the campus map. So this will be good for anyone who's new to the school or doesn't know the campus very well and wants to figure out where something is. And then of course, there's the About Us section. On the About Us section, you can find our contact information. If you want to send us an email, want any information about the Computer Science Club, feel free to contact us. So thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the lecture.
I hope you guys are happy to see the app we developed. I'm Peter and I coded for the LS app with the support of other members of the CS club. I was never natural at developing, but like after I struggled, I got better. And I think this feeling of achieving something after I made each functionality and the support I received from people around me and the feeling of being in a community are the things that keep me going this far. I believe that if any of you are interested in CS and you are not sure if you can do it or not, you can definitely learn CS. Coding is definitely not something that's inherent. It's an ability that can be developed, and I think my story, I hope it can show that. And if you want to take part in the development of the app, you can join us by coming to one of our meetings on Tuesdays or sending us an email. Meanwhile, we also need like graphic designers or anyone who can potentially make the app better. So join us or send us an email. Thank you.
So that was pretty much a presentation. Now I'm going to say a few thank yous. Obviously, we all worked on this project who are on stage, but I want to give two specific thank yous. One to Nick Santa, who came in as a freshman and was really helpful in finishing up the iOS app. And then I want to thank Mr. Wizard for being our faculty advisor. There we go. There's the app. Thank you.